So here's what I need people for. I've been out here a couple hours or an hour. I got this weed whacker, and my lawnmower is broken. So my dad says that he's gonna bring me one of his lawnmowers, and that I can use that. But the lawnmower I have that's broke used to be his lawnmower, and he brought me it. So he's like doing the same thing over again. Bring me a lawnmower, and then it's gonna break, and then he's gonna bring me another lawnmower, and then it's gonna break. But let's just say the other lawnmower either never shows up or doesn't break. Either way, I gotta mow this lawn. So I got this lawn I gotta mow. It's like giant front yard. And under that mountain of dirt is a bomb shelter that somebody built. And they built it wrong. And so it just gets flooded. So it's really like a standing water pool. And it's made out of concrete. So it's like a big concrete block that just makes a mountain in the front yard. And somebody thought that they were getting a storm shelter, or a tornado shelter, or a bomb shelter, some kind of like end of the world shelter thing going on there. But it gets full of water, so you couldn't use it for, if there was a tornado, it would get full of water, because with the tornadoes come rain. And so you'd have to constantly be draining it, and it would still have water in there, so then it would have like mold. It really needs to get like destroyed and hauled off. But what's funny is that people come here and look at the house, and they like that bomb shelter thing, or they like to see that it's there. I thought it looked cool, but now I just see how much of a pain in the ass it is. But maybe I could get it drained and put some work into it and get it sealed up so it doesn't get full of water, and then it'd be like functioning. But that's on my list of things to do, is to get that bomb shelter working. But first I would need power, which right now the power is off. And somebody came and ripped the electrical out of the power box and out of the house. So it goes up that way, and they ripped it out. And then there's a indoor power box, and the electrical got ripped out of there. The electrician wants $15,000 to fix this, where somebody ripped out the electrical. They probably got $8 for stripping the copper, if that, because I had some stripped copper from a job that I was on where they really like ripped the copper out of a commercial building, and somebody brought it down to the place where you are supposed to recycle the copper. They said that there's regulations now where they won't buy copper from anyone unless you're like an electrician. So you have to be an electrician and show that you had a job where you had to rip out copper. So it's possible that whoever ripped this out was an electrician, but you could tell by the way that they did it that is just not the case, because they did a really shitty job. Like, look at all this wire that they just didn't rip out, and then here's this red wire. They just didn't rip that out. Like, so there's so much that they just didn't do that makes me think there wasn't even an electrician. It was just some fucking dumb fuck came out and ripped out my power. And I'm really suspicious that it was the people that I evicted from here that they just came back, and they're gonna keep coming back and showing up and fucking up the house more, like, or maybe they're done now. Maybe now they're done, now that they already ripped the power out. Like, that was the last thing they were missing from their life. They lived here for 6 months or 8 months for free, and then dragging me through the legal system, trying to get them kicked out. And when I finally got that, they came back and robbed the place of, oh, and here's the their payload here. They ripped out the AC unit. I was pretty sure this would be gone too. I was like, why would they rip out the power and not the AC? Yeah, they ripped out the AC. So the AC is gone. That's going to cost $15,000. And so is the power. I can't get around paying $15K for an AC unit. I have to buy one. And they're always going to be $15K. So there's a $15K AC unit. And the power I was just going to turn on myself. Or my dad is an electrician. He was going to come out and he was going to do it. And it was going to take 3 days. And it would probably take like $1,000 or $2,000 worth of materials. But the AC unit, that's going to cost $15K every day, all the time, forever. To get a new AC unit. And so they came and ripped out the AC unit. The thing about the AC unit was it already had problems and it was old, so in a way it was due, but it functioned. But now somebody ripped it out. And then I got all of this woods back here. My plan for this property, now that the AC unit and the electrical are ripped out, is to finally demo this house, run it over with a bulldozer or whatever. I'm gonna bulldoze this house and build a new house that's gonna be, I haven't decided between a 6-bedroom or like an 11-bedroom. But it's going to be like 6-bedroom, 6-bath. Or I'm thinking, why would I build a 6-bedroom when I can build an 11-bedroom? So it's going to be either 6 bedrooms or 11 bedrooms. And it's going to take up this whole space. Like, it's going to go back. Going to be... So you're gonna have, let's just say 10 bedrooms to make the math easier. Or you know what? Let's make it 12 because it's gonna need a kitchen. So 12 times 20. You're looking at 4,000 or 400. Well, so if it's 40 feet across. You got a, like a 3-bedroom. This house is 40 feet across. So, times this by 5, basically. You got like a 2,000 or 4,000 foot house. Yeah, let's make it a 5 times as long as this thing is 20 feet deep. So it would be 100 feet long. So it'd be 40 by 100. 40 from left to right by 100 to the back. What I need is 100 feet back into this woods, cleared out. And I'm gonna have to get all these little plants ripped out. Basically I'm gonna be ripping these trees out. And I'm really between renting like an equipment to do this, or just coming back and doing it by hand, ripping all these trees out. So if I could get like a labor person, just somebody to come back here and work on it, then I won't be doing it. But it's either that, but I mean, it's just that somebody has to do it. And if nobody else does it, it'd be me doing it. But somebody's got to start going, ripping out all this little forest in the back here. And at the same time, I got to get permits, which is like, I got to fill out paper, and then I got to go turn it in, and then I got to go wait months for them to clear it or deny it or whatever. And there's going to be lots of waiting for this building project to begin. But the thing is that this foundation, see how these bricks are like, I put like spray foam in there just to cover those cracks, but they laid it on top of, they put the house on top of bricks, and the insurance company came out and saw, and I saw it, and I just covered it with spray foam, because I was like, oh, they're gonna get bugs and they're gonna like have bugs or whatever crawling into the crawl space in the bottom here. But the insurance saw it and they said, you have foundation issues and we don't want to cover your house, so we're not going to cover anything. And then that's like another $15,000 job. So it's like everything's a $15,000 job. And there's so many little things that are wrong here. I'm just like, you know, there's the siding, like all the siding is messed up. I need all new siding. That's another couple thousand. Like, and it all comes down to like, when I go to sell the house, nobody's going to want to buy it because it's got foundation issues. So, and I've been trying to sell the house and nobody will fucking buy it because it's got one issue and another issue. So it's really a teardown. But the thing is that the people that got evicted and other homeless people keep on going in there. And I fixed it up really good. And I put in this third bedroom. And that's all up to code. The whole house was up to code until somebody ripped out the electrical. And then now I'm going to have to put in all new electrical, like, and that's going to be completely without a permit because it's going to be me doing it. But now I'm thinking I could just run the electrical from, so here's the service line, comes from that street, service line comes, and then it ends there. There's the service line, and then it hits that whatchamacallit there, and it pumps out from there. And then you got these wires that go to this one little outlet, and these wires, I'm thinking, plug them in to this, get that going, and then I'll have service to that one outlet, and that is going to be my power line for this whole project. And then all the power I need for building this 6 or 11 bedroom house that's going to be on this lot here is all going to come from the existing power line to the existing that. And I'm thinking of just rip the whole house down, except for this wall, so that this power will stay standing. And then I can use the power, like, for power tools, for plug a refrigerator or whatever into there, you know. It's gonna be a whole construction site going on here. Anyway, that's the plan. That's what I got. And with all the waiting on different things, I think that this is going to be like a part-time weekend project. And with the economy the way it is, you got people running around stealing electrical wires, and other people can't afford to put them back on. And there's houses for sale everywhere. People are saying it's worse than 2008, the economy and the housing market. But maybe in a couple of years, when this house project is completed, we'll have a standing, healthy economy. Or maybe having a 6 or 11 bedroom house is going to, maybe it could be an apartment building. They could rent like 1 bedroom to each person. But I'm really hoping that instead of having 11 roommates, that somebody comes along and buys it, or it'll just be a big project, a starting project for my building company, and somebody will see it and say, oh, I want a house too. Like that. Be like the next D.R. Horton. Or D.R. Horton will give me a fucking job, and then I'll work there, and I'll be in of that. And I'll sell this fucking lot that's basically an empty lot. But the quality of the houses here, it's like an empty lot. Because people keep fucking destroying the house. I put in, like, months. It was like $10,000 and like months of work to put in that 3rd bedroom. I finally get it done, and somebody comes along and destroys the fucking air conditioner and the electrical outlet. It's like they forgot to do it when I evicted them. My plan when I saw those people's credit was, I said, if I evict them, they're going to rip out the electrical too, because that's what everybody gets evicted does. And then I'm going to build a new house. And what's fucked up about it is that I did this whole permitted project, building that 3rd bedroom, and getting all the permits, and spending the thousands of dollars to get the permit through, and getting an electrician to... Because you need an electrician to get a permitted add-on, because the electrician has to put in the fucking outlet in the bedroom. You can't just do it, because you're a fucking retard. So, I did all that, and then that's when they come out and sneak around and steal the fucking air conditioner out of the back. So that's what you get for giving somebody a chance. But I knew, like, they had bad credit. I I knew they were gonna get evicted. And my thought was, it's not bad enough to run it over with a bulldozer. Like, it's a livable house. I could walk up here and live here. This is a nice, it's a nice neighborhood. It's got a nice, forest view. You know, we get deer that come through here. It's a nice little area. Little deer will come up in the front yard and walk around. And I thought it's just not worth living in the house unless somebody fucked it up. And then the people got evicted, and they still didn't fuck it up. They had enough work to do fucking it up by living there. They put in, it was too much effort for them to stuff the house full of trash. So the renters, they would go down to Walmart or Target and they'd steal all kinds of stuff. Lots of clothes. They're stealing tons of clothes. And their thing is, they go to Target or Walmart, they steal clothes, and then they wear them once, and they put them in a big pile in the house, because they're not paying rent. They're going to evict them. And so there were just piles and piles of clothes that were all Walmart quality, and they were all either brand new, where they had tags on them, or World War I. And there was piles of that clothes. I had to throw it all out. And that was a week of work, or 2 weeks of work, trying to clean the house out of all the stolen items. And you would think that was enough work for them at the time. They didn't really have time to, they're getting evicted. They didn't have time to rip the electrical out of the wall. That would take hours. In those hours, instead of making $8 for ripping the electrical out of the wall, they could go steal more from Walmart. And that must be what they were doing. But anyway, I solved the case. But now I gotta finally do what I was gonna do and build a new house here. And first I gotta weed whack this front lawn so I don't get a ticket for there being a lawn. And then I gotta get my permits and my licenses. That's all it's gonna take. And it's all waiting on somebody else to do something too.